This is what Manchester United supporters used to recognise as squeaky bum time, back in the era when they were involved in title races. On a tense afternoon at Old Trafford, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal felt the full heat of Manchester, the humidity of the weather and the exhaustion which comes from chasing a relentless Manchester City.
But they won, through a first-half Leandro Trossard strike, their fifth straight Premier League success, and ensured that this season's compelling race will head to the final day. Before then, the Gunners must hope against hope that their bitter rivals Tottenham can trip up Pep Guardiola's men on Tuesday night to give Arsenal the whip hand heading into next Sunday's final fixtures.
Then, Arsenal will host Everton and City will entertain West Ham. A first title in 20 years remains a long shot for the North London club. Read more on Man United. Man United treble winners reunite on red carpet after 23-year feud ended. Eurovision Player Bracket Challenge game for free ahead of this summer's Euros. You would not want to rely on a flagging Spurs or a Hammers side whose supporters have already waved goodbye to manager David Moyes.
Arsenal were fretful and fitful here. United reacted well to Monday's 4-0 humiliation at Crystal Palace and deserved a point. But Arsenal clung on, as champions must do. As any team who want to even get close to City must do too.
A few weeks ago, it looked unlikely that Arteta's side would win away at both Spurs and United during their run-in, but they have overcome those two most significant obstacles and are still likely to fall short. Most read in football. So embarrassing. Man Utd's issues laid bare as waterfall floods through Old Trafford. Roof horror attack. 2 arrested after Leeds United fans slashed outside stadium. SHEWHO dares. Alex Scott looks stunning in bold see-through outfit on BAFTA's red carpet. Tragedy. Professional footballer involved in fatal road accident that leaves cyclist dead. Casino special. Best casino welcome offers. Arsenal are unbeaten away in the Premier League in 2024, dropping points only at the Etihad, where they played for a goalless draw and got one.
It has been impressive stuff, but probably still not enough to get their noses in front of Guardiola's state-funded Perma champions. Gary Neville defends under fire Casemiro as he tells him to emulate Arsenal star who can't run, and was finished. 6 years post-Wenger, Arsenal are light years ahead of anywhere United have ever been during the 11 years since Ferguson left.
United had won just once in their last 7 league matches, and that at home to Sheffield United, one of the worst teams in Premier League history. Erik ten Hag's side had gone a long way to wrecking Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool farewell tour in the FA Cup and in the league, but with the injury list lengthening and morale plummeting, a repeat looked unlikely.
The Dutchman, dressed appropriately in sackcloth brown, named a starting 11 which looked every bit as mid-table as United are. Arsenal was shaky at first. Thomas Partey was robbed on the edge of his own box. Declan Rice played an absent-minded back pass. David Raya slipped, but United never capitalised.
And on 21 minutes, Arsenal were ahead. Ben White, watched by his old mucker England number 2, Steve Holland, sent a fine pass down the right flank for Kai Havertz. The satin-booted German slipped a low cross in and Trossard darted in from the left, with Aaron Wan-Bissaka an innocent bystander as the winger prodded home.
Casemiro was dawdling to play Havertz onside in the build-up, but then United's central defence consisted of a midfielder whose legs have gone and a 36-year-old Johnny Evans. It was the Belgian's 6th goal in 9 appearances, and the travelling Gunners serenaded him with Trossard again, oh. Still, Arsenal looked scruffy and United were having their moments. An Amad Diallo run halted by a trip from Partey, an Alejandro Garnacho cross shot pushed out by Raya.
Diallo and Sofiane Amrabat were good, and whatever Ten Hag says about his injuries, those two could have played more often. After the break, it remained much the same. United playing above themselves, Arsenal untidy.
Garnacho cut inside 2 defenders, but his shot was way off beam. Arteta withdrew his goalscorer and sent on Gabriel Martinelli. Ten Hag chucked on Antony in place of the injured Diallo, but when the Brazilian charged through the middle, after an error from Takehiro Tomiyasu, he shot straight at Raya.
Next, Saka misplaced a pass, McTominay broke and Garnacho shot into the side netting. Arsenal had barely threatened since taking the lead, but then Martinelli's incisive run ended with a shot which was tipped over by Andre Onana.
United continued to threaten. Garnaccio's shot was turned wide by Raya at his near post, but then a Rice long ranger was pushed wide by Onana. Read more Sun STORIESWEIGH to go. BGT star Jonathan Antoine looks amazing as he shows off impressive weight. Save It Mum reveals how to get free kids pass. Saving on days out attractions late on. Thunder rumbled and lightning flashed over Old Trafford, but Arsenal walked on through the storm.
They have gone the distance with England's heavyweight champions. Of that they can be proud.